the car, they said. Be easy, they said. Yeah, not if you gotta label 1,000 wires. Oh, hey guys. Welcome back. On this week's episode, we're back at it, working on this 2005 Subaru Legacy. This week, we're working on the outside components, getting the transmission out, and all the suspension components. We'll be starting on the suspension components. We'll be taking out these front struts. It's 3 12mm nuts on top and 2 19mm bolts on the bottom, and then they just come right out. So all these components are pretty rusty. We got some blaster penetrating oil that we're gonna spray in all these components to try to get them to loosen up. Alright, to get this transmission out, we gotta get this harness out first. So I'll be taking these plugs off and getting this whole cable out and through the firewall onto the inside. There are these transmission cooler lines that I'll need to disconnect before we can take this out. Next thing we're going to want to do is drain the fluids out of this transmission. It's going to make it a lot lighter and easier to take out. Alright, that is empty enough. Pan is very full. Not much left in there. Just tighten this back up. You can see the pan is super full, so we're gonna have to be really careful when we dump this in our waste barrel. Now that we got it drained, we can take the axles out. It's pretty simple. We already got it out on this end. You guys saw me take that nut off. On this end, you just take a pry bar, jam it up in there, and just pry it. Till it pops out. Once it pops out, you can just take it and just pull it right out. As you can see, this one, the boot was ripped, so it was a bad axle anyway. Now that we got the wiring harness disconnected, the axles pulled, and the fluid drained, we can work on the drive shaft and get those bolts out, and then this will be just about ready to be pulled out. So it looks like somebody already did the job for us. Took the drive shaft off. It'd have been easy anyway. It's just 4 bolts and nuts, and then it comes off, and the yoke off the rear differential just pops off. On the front here, it looks like the yoke is broken. Somebody tried to weld it. I don't know, it's pretty sketchy. So unfortunately, I won't be able to use the drive shaft in my project. But now I can remove the transmission easily. All I gotta do is take 3 bolts off here, 3 bolts off on the other side, and the whole transmission should come out. We're gonna use this handy dandy transmission jack to help me get this transmission out. We gotta take this pitch stop mount off. 2 bolts, pops right out. And there we have it, the transmission is out. Now we can work on the cross member. We'll just drop it all out as one unit. We're gonna work on getting this cross member out. There are 10 bolts in total, and then it should drop out. Pretty rusty. Pretty rusty. Now with all those being disconnected, it should just drop right out. Slowly bring down the jack. Okay. Well, that's one way to do it. There we go. We got the cross member, the Y-arms, and the spindles out, all in one go. So we got to cut this tunnel out so I can transfer this tunnel to my Colt so that the transmission that I put in that will fit correctly, and I won't have to do as much modification and custom fabrication for the Colt. Oh, like butter. This stuff is not easy to get off. And I don't know if it's toxic or what, but it stinks. I should probably be wearing a mask or something. Probably be good. Alright, it was quite the task to cut all that out. But I think I got it. Had to use a sawzall, an air saw, plasma cutter, grinder, all the cutting tools. But I think I finally got it. Yes. There it is. The whole transmission tunnel. And there's a big hole in this car now.